Aloha, Cora, Flora here, and today I feel inspired to flow for you an inspirational guidance card reading video because I love doing these, and they're a way to connect with the raw energy in the moment, get out of my head, and just flow intuitive information that helps me, helps you, and hopefully can radiate outward and shine through your internal sense of wisdom and connection as well to help amplify and radiate that out wherever you go. So I'm going to start with a card from the Keepers of the Light deck. By the way, feel free to mention in the comments, how are you? How's your week going? Or feel free to share whatever you want to share. And I trust that through the interconnectedness of all life, of time and space being an illusion, really, a creation that is flowing from the source that we are all connected to, that we come from, that we are. So I trust that anyone who is commenting with their life stuff going on, that this can help you and that it will support what your internal questions may be. So the first card that we have is Hilarion Divine Healing. Honor your sensitivity. Retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. So I really feel like this card is encouraging you at this time, self-care, but really honoring what feels right for you and letting go of judgment, because the truth is that so much is happening at this time that is hard for our minds to grasp, and it's actually beyond what any other lifetime has ever been. So it's a different frontier. And so this card is just really encouraging you to be luxurious, be decadent, be in a space of worthiness to receive all that you need, whether that's time, whether that's freedom, whether that's space to cry, whether that's a bath, whether that's new information that inspires you and guides you, whatever it is. But this is really encouraging you, and especially things that are a bit more introverted, a bit more yin, a bit more going in and recalibrating, cultivating, connecting, crystallizing, that sort of thing is really important right now. So really giving yourself that space, and know that you're not alone, even though you might literally be alone in your introverted stuff and feel alone on some level in your experiences or in your the consciousness that you're opening up to. Know that you are not, and in fact we're all connected, and the right connections inside of you will inspire the right connections outside of you as well. So you'll be able to meet people, to align for creative projects, and be open to opportunities that give you that sense of connection that you are already cultivating in yourself and now can amplify, resonate outwards, and radiate in all directions in awesome ways. So yeah, I definitely feel at this time there's an encouragement around cultivation of your inspiration and your soul and your sacred essence. And know that sometimes that might mean feeling a bit emotional, or you might feel challenged or catalyzed into those states. And so really honoring that. And the word I'm saying, I want to say is greedy, but I don't mean greedy, but like, be like, what is the word when like you really just soak up everything you need? You're just like, oh yeah, I need this. Yes, thank you. Yes. Like, I don't know what this word is. It seems greedy, but it's more like in a state of receivability and worthiness. So if there is another word for that, can we please add it to the English language, because that would be awesome. I feel like receivability and worthiness is the best way I can communicate it. But it's also, there is also an energy of just like, kind of like in nature when like plants are just like, thank you. And it helps them to have sustenance and power to grow and also continue on their journey of life. Just like a camel can kind of suck in all this energy and then have it for the whole desert journey. So there's an encouragement around that, and know that things will speed up in the coming time, but right now is a time for replenishment. Enjoy this last week of summer. It's a pretty amazing time. So now let's go into 3 cards from the Psychic Tarot for the Heart deck by John Holland, one of my favorite decks. It's a little, I haven't used these cards in a while. They've just been sitting in my space. What energies can also on a deeper level support us, especially around human integration? Because the way I like to do readings with these 2 decks is the Keepers of the Light card is more higher self guidance, that kind of thing, an overarching supporter guide, and then these cards are more about human integration. So here we have Throat Chakra. Yes! So there's an encouragement around communication and working with the throat chakra. So this is something that I specialize in as a musician and also as a voice healer, coach, supporter, shamanic sound journeyer, facilitator of your authentic soul voice flowing through. And I love the lights here from what's on the wall here for me, going right through the throat chakra here. So I feel like this is really encouragement too, that anyone out there to really work with your voice and recognize that your voice can be a divine conduit, and more than just of communicating information, but of really connecting with the energy. That just like when you can feel music, you can feel that someone's really singing from a deep, powerful place. When we speak, we are also transmitting an energetic communication. So this is encouraging you to work with your voice, to play with sounding for your own catharsis, for your own healing, but also to open up your voice and notice what you feel. Something that I really like to do is to take my phone, if I'm feeling a bit emotional or I'm feeling like an energy come up, I don't know how to deal with it, and I don't have anyone to talk to or whatever, I'll take out my phone and turn the voice recorder, and then I just let it out, and then I just voice and voice and voice and voice, and it feels so good. It feels so good to let the energy come out, and then usually in the honest, authentic, free expression of what I truly feel, giving myself no judgment, no rules, just letting it, letting it flow. It's like from that space of raw, authentic expression, whether it's words or even sometimes just a sound or like just moving that energy vocally, from within that is the crystal or the jewel or the gem of the gift within it. So usually there's deeper understanding or medicine on some level, or I've noticed time and time again actually in the deep catharsis of processing pain, especially, a lot of us are having stuff triggered from the past that's now being ready to heal, and it might be triggered in the present moment, but very often there's older stuff coming up. So the more that we let that flow through the shamanic birth canal of our voices, the more that a deeper aspect of ourself can then be freed up. Because I've noticed this time and time again, whether it's working with the voice or even working with healing trauma, when we allow ourselves the space to express the pain, what we truly feel, and let it flow out, very often it will then open up this sort of divine portal of medicine, of wisdom, of healing gifts. And even just the gift from that situation is gift enough, but very often it also ripples out into more that can be shared. So I feel like there's an encouragement, yes, to open up your voice, let the light shine through, and also know that you have the ability to channel. We all do, because truly channeling is just connecting with an energy, source energy that we all come from, and allowing it to channel or flow through us. So know too that every time that you're clearing the channel of your own voice, you're allowing more space, you're opening up that conduit for the divine to flow through you. Singing is also very, very important for this, and especially for anyone who's in a position of leadership, especially around anything spiritual, and really everything is deep down. Singing is a really great way to get into your heart and stay in your heart, so that when you're communicating in that sacred, most sacred space of leadership, that you can be communicating from a space that is loving and heart-centered, and thus honoring the God in all life and the love that we all are. Card number 2, well-deserved reward, but it's in the block position. So for me, when it's in a block position, this just means that for myself, for all of us watching this video at this time, there may be just a kink in the energy flow in terms of what this represents. So, honor your own symbolism. For me, what I feel from this is a sense of receiving a reward. So whenever this card comes up in my readings, it often symbolizes either a big amount of money or new love, new relationship, new receiving of something that you really want, that feels like, yes, I won, yes, thank universe. So right now it's in the upside down blocked position. So I like to just say a prayer. So if you're open to it, feel free to keep watching. If you're not, I'm going to turn off this video. But I'd like to ask that God, Goddess, great love, great spirit, great source of all that is, who we are, who we truly come from and are living as. I ask that spirit, that love, that energy shifts any blocks between us and receiving and feeling worthy of receiving all that we desire, all that serves our highest good and all beings in the universe, on earth, in our lives at this time. I'd like to ask that any illusions be released, any fears be released, anything that doesn't serve us at this time, that isn't in alignment with us living from the truth of who we are, be released. and that we receive all the awards that we need right now that serve our highest good to bring this heavenly light, this light of the cosmos, this essence of who we truly are, this heaven that we truly are, even more into the earth plane. I really feel like so many of us are being called to be conduits, not only through voice and communication, our message and our consciousness, but also through our energy, through how we manifest our lives, through our daily walk. And I've noticed for myself this swirl where it's like sometimes I'll get into this space of a really high vibration, or I'll be around beings, especially younger beings that have this really new high vibration, and it's like, wow, this is amazing. Or even, consciousness beings who are kind of similar to me. It's like, it's amazing what happens when like minds, like vibrations come together, and we get to amplify and heal each other and support each other. And likewise, I've also noticed that sometimes I'll be walking down the street and then be around an energy that's way darker and denser and perhaps an older vibration. And the beautiful thing to note is that we are actually in this dance right now. There's this swirl of energy happening on earth between the higher, between the lower, between the newer, between the older, and it's all actually perfect. And so to let go of resistance around like, oh no, but to actually just be open to how things are flowing. And sometimes that little bit of flow is actually a part of the universal dance that might lead you to suddenly go into this direction. And then it's suddenly like, oh, that. So I just get a feeling just to honor the dance of life at this time. Know that the universe completely has your back. It's completely supporting you, completely. Even when you think that it's not, or even when you're confronted with challenges that make you say, oh gosh, is this really like the Great Awakening? Is there really some sort of consciousness shift happening? Because look at all that. And I feel like this definite resonance flowing through me that yes, this is actually all part of it. And it's part of the crumbling is actually all the new growth. So there we go. So to all of us receiving well-deserved rewards and that light, that heavenly light of worthiness, receivability, and that divine flow entering all of our lives even more. And finally, believe and succeed. Yes. And so from this card, I really get a feeling of the message that you are at the helm of your life at this time. So I'm getting a feeling of really cultivating the vibrational reality of what it is that you wish to seek, because this alignment, this energetic aspect is how you are guiding your life. And even though the old paradigm perspective of at least the Western world is very much like, okay, you get a job, you get a house, you have kids, blah, 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 retirement, you're dead, blah, blah, what was the point? Anyways, there's this old sort of, I don't know if you're familiar with that, but there's this old paradigm around what life is and what life should be, and the limits that previous generations, previous times were given, that we were then encouraged or forced or whatever to live within. But we're in this time right now, whether it's because of technology, whether it's because of the spiritual awakening, whether it's part of just this massive collective opening, blossoming of the universe that we're all a part of, that is now opening up and blossoming like a flower. And because of that, it's like so many potentials, so much power, so much possibility is opening up to us. And I don't know about you, but I've been having many experiences of feeling that and tuning into that. So I feel like there's an encouragement that wants to flow through me for you to really believe in yourself, and for you to really believe in those moments when you have that inspiration, when you can hold on to those stars, those swirls of magic, those songs of vibration flowing through you that just give you this feeling of hope and there's something more here. And you may notice also the synchronicities flowing in and the right things coming in at the right time and this sort of thing. This is a part of that universal dance and that universal blossoming through you, through us, through our lives. And so this card really comes to encourage you to master your vibration, to know that in the new paradigm where so much more is possible, and I really feel like we're on this leading edge of a new frontier where it's more than I can even communicate, because I don't even know, because it's beyond what I can even communicate at this point. I am just translating vibration that I'm feeling based on the intention to share messages that serve our highest good at this time. But yeah, I just feel like right now it's like there's so much open, and those of us here who are on the ground, in the trenches, if you will, of this time, this amazing time, 2019, and blossoming forward, vibration, frequency, energy are paramount. And know that even though in the old paradigm it might be like, oh, well, what are you doing if you're not, blah, 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 The truth is that being and the energy that you're cultivating and the frequency that you are in is actually more important work than doing something just to make someone happy out of a lower vibration. There's really an encouragement right now that when you are connected to the source of all that is, God, Goddess, Great Love, Spirit, Energy, Source, and you are in alignment, you are so powerful because you are not only connected to, but you are living from the power that creates worlds, the power that you, deep down, in truth, and ever blossomingly are. So this is really encouraging you in terms of anything that connects you with your spirit, with your inspiration, with your vibration, with your hopes and dreams, with, of course, a healthy sense of just surrender and just trusting that all that is for you will come to you, anything that is not will not, that everything that flows to you is flowing for you, and yeah, just honoring this dance with the universe. So this is encouraging you to cultivate vibration. Know that that's the most important thing. And then when you take action, it's from a space of connection, alignment, and being in that, I'm going to use an Abraham word, vortex, of really just being in that space of such intense connection. It's like being in the eye of the hurricane. So this is encouraging you in that, and know that it's from that space that it's easy to believe in yourself. And know that when that vibrational reality feels so real, it feels almost more real than the old paradigm stuff. It's like that's when it's just going to start snowballing, happening so fast and amazing for you. So cultivating vibration, and it's from that space that you believe, and then you thus succeed. So yeah, thank you so much for listening, and thank you for the opportunity to make this video. Thank you to Spirit, thank you to everything, and yeah, if you are interested in working with me, I'll leave some links below, and either way, I wish you an awesome experience of life on Earth. We really are in a time of amazing possibilities, and I am here to crack the codes and open up as much magic as I can to help us all create heaven on earth. And know that when we do that for ourselves, when we are cultivating our own vibration, we are lighting up the world for everyone around us, even if they don't know it. So I encourage you in that journey. So yeah, aloha, mahalo, namaste.